What's going on? Today we're going through the best and worst tattoo TikToks I could find, so let's jump into it. Okay, we got this doozy, cover white face tattoo. Okay, I'm gonna pause it, and obviously I'm gonna break down that's a dumb idea to put white on a person's face. I mean, you're not gonna be able to see it. Maybe that's what they're going for, and maybe this is a tattoo you don't wanna see, so maybe white is a good idea. I don't know, but either way, like, you don't have to put shit on your face, and if you are gonna put shit on your face, make it a good tattoo, and putting it in white is not the move. So let's see it, cover white face tattoo. And of course, instead of using black, they cover it with red, which is, I mean, hey, if you're gonna make one bad decision, why not make another bad decision? And that's doing it in red. One, I think all tattoos should be outlined in black. You guys probably know why. Because black stays in the skin the best over time. It doesn't fade as much as red or blue or pink or any of these colors. It's the most predictable, which makes it great. A lot of times you see colors last a long time, but a lot of times you see them fall out in other people, so that means that they're unpredictable. You don't know how they're gonna react. So black is always best to outline with. And red, a lot of times as it heals, it kind of crumbles. It's got this crumbly look to it. That's why we try not to outline with it as much as possible. So this tattoo could look perfect forever. That's a possibility. I'm not gonna deny that. But more than likely is going to look like fucking alopecia or something along those lines. I don't even know what alopecia is. I just know it's a term people use for fucking red skin, I think. But it's gonna look kind of like just fucked up skin a little bit. And I hate that for a tattoo, and especially a tattoo on a person's face, because that's not what you want. Now, not only this, but this is cyber sigillism, which is my least favorite type of tattooing, and especially, I love tribal tattooing, but this is like the worst version of it. Yeah, this is just like, you know, the weakest, most boring style out there, and it really takes zero talent to do, truly. I mean, look at this tattoo. I could fart this out on accident. So yeah, wish it wasn't on a face, wish it wasn't done in red, wish all the things, you know. Get classic tattoos, guys. On to the next.
Oh my God. Talk about absolute vociferous work, people.
What's vociferous? If you know what that word is, put it in the comments.
I mean, bro, what was you trying to accomplish? What was the goal? Look like the devil about to give you back shots. This is iniquitous activity.
What is iniquitous activity?
I mean, shout out to the tattoo artist, I guess, because the hands look very detailed, but my brother, what did the group text tell you? What was you saying? Like, hey.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop it there. I think we all know what it kind of looks like. You know, it looks like he's getting gripped from the devil behind his back, probably doing weird stuff, obviously. That's what most of us pick up from this tattoo. I like it, you know? I like it. I think it's good for this kid. Yeah, no, I hate it. Everything about it is an awful tattoo. Sometimes the tattooer's responsibility is not only to guide a person into getting a good tattoo, which I think by looking at these hands, they're not bad. They're not like, you know, there's nothing really for me to critique about them. But the tattooer should have been like, hey, it's gonna look like you're giving the devil a piggyback, and not in the good kind of piggyback, you know? And yeah, that tattooer fucked up, because he should have been like, nah, it's gonna look, you know, dirty, nasty, gross, whatever words I can get away with saying on YouTube. But you guys get the drift. You guys get the point I'm coming across with. Maybe that's what the kid wanted. And if that's what the kid wanted, then mission accomplished, bro. You definitely are doing some, you know, dirty deeds with the devil. Good for you. On to the next. Okay, so I hate this tattoo. I think you guys knew that. Most of you guys will know why. And if you're wondering, like, why does Kirk hate this? It's not because it's like artistically bad, I guess, but it is at the same time. Okay, this is what I'm getting at. A lot of this tattoo is done in all white. The outlining of it is done in all white. So most of it's gonna fade away. And they're relying on this white to kind of give it structure. We know what it's supposed to look like. It looks like they dug out this cat shape from the person's arm. And so all that white gone. And what you're gonna be left with is some black shading with some black circles, and maybe the point will still be there, but I don't think that that's a good way to approach tattooing, because what you're really gonna see is just all that black stain, and that's it. And I don't think that if you like take that away, it makes a great tattoo. A lot of times people will be like, hey, it's such great art, and I'm like, Great artists consider the tools and the canvas and the materials they use to make great art. Great artists are concerned with making great art last as long as they can, unless they're just really don't care and they're just like, you know, made to break type of things. But when it comes to tattooing, they don't live on the artist, they live on clients. So you better fucking consider what a tattoo is gonna look like on those people forever. Or else I don't give a fuck if you're doing Mona Lisas on fucking people, it's trash. So this tattoo, interesting, visually interesting, great, doesn't matter, don't care. Not a great tattoo because it's not gonna last very long, and it should. And what's always the most frustrating to me is that like someone who's creative enough to come up with this idea is creative enough to come up with an idea like this that actually makes a good tattoo forever. That's what's most frustrating to me, is that instead of like focusing on Instagram and clicks and all this bullshit, they should just make cool tattoos that are gonna last forever and they'd be famous or whatever anyways, whatever they want. But no, they do garbage like this that they know is not gonna last very well. So on to the next. Okay, come tattoo with me. This is Tabori, dudes. Okay, in case you're wondering what he's doing with that stone, he's creating his own ink. That is, he's making all the black right there. Great, cool, super interesting. I don't know this guy's profile name because I don't think it's Bad Monday Apparel. Please, if you know who this tattooer is, leave his handle in comments and I'll pin that because he's great. It takes a lot of hard work to do everything in traditional methods. So like he deserves a lot of credit for that. Good for him. You don't see a lot of young people doing that type of stuff. Yeah, shout out to this kid. I'll pin your shit. People will find you maybe or not, who knows. But it's super cool to watch. Okay.
I think I should have just stopped getting this tattoo.
I know, I'm joking.
Okay, first off, looking at that tattoo, it is beat to shit. Yeah, dude, there's a lot of things about this tattoo. Just like looking at it currently, I'm like, this tattooer is like way too gnarly and way too aggressive for what he's doing. Okay, there's no direction in the way he's shading, which is kind of concerning. Like, he's just kind of fucking hammering it in, dude. And I think that this is like kind of a tattooer probably knows how to make a good tattoo, but just like looking at it, that skin is beat to fuck. There's no real like rhyme or reason, at least to me when I'm looking at it. I'm like, I'm sure it's extremely painful experience. You know, I know a lot of tattooers who go fast and get shit done, but when you watch them, you kind of know what they're doing. And this just looks like he's jumping from place to place, just throwing it wherever he wants. And just looking at that, that looks fucking hammered in there. Look, a lot of that redness is from him putting in like a really light gray. And so like redness isn't a crazy thing, but this one looks particularly just fucking hammered in there. And if you're using light black and gray, kind of just like graze the surface. Like you don't need to be so, I don't know. That one looks rough. Let's see, I think I got what it looked like.
This was before and after I got the tattoo.
Okay, that is it immediately after the tattoo. Again, a lot of roughness, not a lot of smoothness out of that black and gray. It looks beat. It looks beat to shit, dude. A lot of those light grays look really hammered in there. Okay, now that is the final tattoo. That was it after it healed up for the first time. I think he's gonna get it touched up. So let's talk about it. So a lot of that black got hammered in and all fell away. Now, the medium blacks actually are probably pretty good, but then a lot of that light black, like that gray around the top and bottom, it doesn't look smooth, it doesn't look consistent, it kind of looks patchy. And overall, this tattoo looks better than I was expecting from watching the video, but still, that black got destroyed. Like he just shaded so much and did so much work on those blacks that like, yeah, that's not gonna look great. So yeah, rough. See him get it fixed up.
And what it looked like when it healed, as you can see right here, it's scarred in between the lettering. All the black outline, it faded immediately. So it was really like botched. So I'll show you the final one next. Kind of got rid of the scarring. He outlined it again.
So yeah, that looks a million times better now. That's the final version after a touch-up, probably by a different artist. Yeah, a lot of that scarring's gone away. This is why, like, dude, if you're tattooing, you need to get in, you need to get out. And like the highlight of what that guy was doing was that he was not doing that. He was just kind of like fucking dicking around all over the place, and it fucks up tattoo if you're not like in, out. Get it done. This ain't a fucking party. Get this shit over with. On to the next. I just wanted to take a moment. We just broke 60,000 subscribers. It means the world to me. I can't believe it. We're trying to get to 100,000. And the more people who subscribe to the channel, the better tattoos are out in the world. I appreciate you guys. Sick. Some prison tats, dude. This is Elena Virginia Schmidt. Good for her, dude. I think she's making all these tat machines and then tattooing with it. That's fun. I like it. Preserve some of the history of tattooing. Some of, you know, like we were talking about earlier with that kid doing tabori. This is a labor of love, and it's also a labor of love that like is kind of highlighting probably less highlighted parts of tattooing. I couldn't do this. I probably could if I really sat and thought about it, but I'm not going to do it. And it's fun to see like these tattoos being made with this prison style. Obviously, these are way more elegant than probably most prison tats you're gonna find, but pretty on par. Super cool. Good for her. Elena Virginia Schmidt. Building tat machines and fucking tattooing with them. Rad. On to the next.
All right, relax. Shut up.
Some drunk ass tattooing.
That shit don't have ink, bitch. That shit don't have ink. Look at it. Okay, leave it like this.
Yeah, you gotta make the line down fatter, focus that shit. Yeah.
Aleasha, relax. Oh my God.
I love it, dude. This is what happens when like tat parties, you know? People get drunk, they do dumb shit. And it's kind of funny that they're like adults. They're like big boys, dude. They're not like little kids, dude. They're getting after it being dumb as fuck. I like it. Good for them. Keep up the dumb shit as long as you can. Yeah, just dumbass tattooing. Okay, on to the next. What can a $3,800 tattoo do for you? Wow. You know what I think immediately after seeing this? I should fucking start doing hairline tattoos, dude. $3,800. Wow. I think that it's probably worth it. You know what? You know what pops into my mind? More tattooers who are not very good at tattooing should do stuff like this. That's crazy. Like you can make a good living being a hairline tatter. And like for this guy, it looks great on him. At least it looks better than what he had. And if you're qualified and you really practice at tattooing hairlines, I think, you know, you could charge whatever you want because a lot of people are desperate not to look bald. No, good for him. I'm glad he got that. I'm glad this fucking tattooer is charging $3,800 for this. It must have taken a couple hours max. So yeah, good for him. That's a good little scam he's got running around, dude. Good for him. I like it. On to the next. More tabori, dude. All we're talking about today is people tattooing with different styles, preserving different traditions. This is Jorge Tomo from State of Grace. I love his tattoos. I would absolutely never get something tabori because I do not have the time or patience to get it done, but I love that people are doing it. Good for them. On to the next. Okay, it says, the homie that does it cheaper. Okay, we got Zero Stencil. That's a brave soul who's doing it. Looks like it's from India. A lot of times these Indian tattooers be doing wild shit, but hey, good for them. Wow, that's a whole ass design, free-handed. You know, if I have to tattoo a dumb traditional panther, I could probably do it, but that's like stars and shit. Ugh, I hate it. We all hate it. It's bad tattooing, but let's see the final of it, you know? Like, hey, I respect people's hustle. I do. Okay, let's see the final. Is that a fucking peace pipe? What am I looking at? I have no idea what I'm looking at. There's nothing to learn here. There's nothing to learn here except that fucking people do fucking crazy shit when they gotta try and make a buck. Because the idea that I would like, you know, someone would come in here and I would have to freehand this hearts and stars and feathers and blah, 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 blah. That's a crazy idea. And it's like this big and he had no plan. He just went for it. It's fucking crazy. Crazy. The tattoo obviously looks like shit, as you would imagine, but like, no, it looks like shit. There's nothing about it. I was gonna say it looks like shit, but maybe could have been worse, but I don't think so. I think it's about as bad as you'd expect and want to see, but fuck, crazy ass dude doing wild shit. On to the next. Okay, so we know where this is gonna go. A lot of people sent this to me, you've probably already seen it. Some of this stuff, when I see people like doing stencils like this, where they're like really loose and really like, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm always like, dude, this is tattooing. You know, like you should really be careful about what you're tattooing, especially when you're not qualified to do what you're trying to do. Let's see, you'll see exactly what I'm saying. There's a couple roses here and an eye. Let's see how it turns out. Like drawing stuff on is not something that you can just like do one day. And there you go. That's what's so frustrating about this, is that like, this is a tattoo that someone was like, I'm gonna do. There's no part of me that like has any forgiveness, and it's frustrating because like someone should be there to be like, no idiot, put a fucking stencil on that that's gonna look good forever, that like is done, like he did no homework leading up to it. And I know that a lot of times people see on Instagram like pros putting on stencils and they're like really loose and goofy looking. Like I do it all the time. I'll just draw some shit, it won't look good, and I'm like, yeah, that's what I want to do. And then like the tattoo ends up looking pretty cool. And that happens a lot on Instagram. You know, people show their process and you're like, oh, that's how they do it? Like, no, fool, that's how you do it after 15 years of tattooing. That's not how you do it day one. Day one, you do it, you have a stencil that's nearly fucking perfect, and you don't take risks that are unnecessary, like having to draw on some eye stuff. Tattooing is in a state of fucking stupid shit. Man, it's so frustrating because I like, you know, we love tattooing so much, and then I see stuff like this and I'm like, Instagram and all these TikToks, they have stolen all the cool things about tattooing, and I just see so many things that frustrate me. And you know what's even crazier is like, I know tattooers who feel like completely disconnected from tattooing because of stuff like this. And I know you're like, what does this have to do with why I tattoo? I'm telling you, like, there's a lot of amazing tattooers out there and amazing talent that is like reconsidering being tattooers because stuff like this, the stuff that gets popular on the internet, the stuff that like, this tattooing is in a fucking weird state. Now, you can't convince me not. And that doesn't mean I'm like all like negative. I think the next generation of tattooers are gonna be fucking amazing, but they're gonna have to survive. That's it, that's it. If you're a great tattooer out there, survive. If you're a bad tattooer like this, fucking go home. Do anything else. There's a lot of great jobs out there that, you know, go drive UPS. It's a great job, you know, get benefits and shit. On to the next.
Can I get a tattoo like this?
Sorry, I only do real tattoos.
Jesus Christ, is that wild? Is that wild or what? Look at those cum gutters, look at that dick root. That's a wild looking fucking Shrek. Shrek is making a comeback in tattooing. We are seeing him all over the place. I wanna point out his lats. Dude, this is a fucking jacked Shrek. I don't like the tattoo. I think a lot of it is kind of, you know, not done well at all, but hey, fuck it, it's cool. I'm glad someone's got this tattooed on them. Okay, we're highlighting great tattooers at the end of these videos. If you do great tattoos, you wanna send me a message, I'll highlight some of your work. This is Aleasha, Schott, handle Lee Shums from Remedy Tattoo in Charlotte, Florida. Now, look, that's a great tattoo. Personally, not my style. That doesn't fucking matter. What does matter is how well executed the tattoo was on the side of a hip. Very difficult. Hard not to blow out every fucking line on that tattoo. This is some anime. I know you guys love anime, and this is a healed version of it. Look at that healed photo. Look at that square. Super difficult to do. She did a great job. Super stoked to have great tattooers not only doing great tattoos, but also watching this channel. Here's another anime tattoo. You guys know, anime is popular, you'll like it. But this is the tattoo. This one, I like saw it and I was fucking stressed, and I was so amazed at how beautiful the tattoo came out afterwards, because when I saw this, like, I like to draw things on. I would absolutely never draw on a female body form like this, and obviously this girl's got it fucking dialed. She does great tattoos. Watch this. She wiped away that hand, right? That's crazy. There's no hand tattoo there. Like, there's no fucking hand. And look how fucking perfect that hand looks. Even with, she had to redraw it. Look at that. How crazy is that? It's So impressive. Like I said, the next generation of tattooers are not only gonna be fucking phenomenal, but they're gonna be tough as fuck because they survived one of the goofiest times in tattooing. And oh my God, I love this. Good for her. Great tattooing. Impressive. I hope to see you guys in a few weeks, few days, few moments. Who knows? Thanks again